That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filters. This broadcast starts now.
Hey, what's good, y'all?
What's good? Thanks for tapping in and tuning in. We are about to get started with this episode. I hope everybody had a great Merry Christmas yesterday.
This is more of like a surprise episode because I clearly stated that I wasn't going.
I know. You did that shit, not me.
I clearly stated when I knew back in the back of my head I was probably going to do a podcast.
Yeah, you said you was trying to do a podcast last weekend.
I'm still celebrating.
Apparently.
Fuck you mean? I'm still celebrating, y'all. I'm just saying.
So for those listeners who are just new to catching us and checking us out and seeing what we're about, yesterday was the host's birthday.
What?
His 50th.
That's What He Said.
Yeah. He had a celebration of life about a week or so ago. Surprised him with some family and friends, and
You're gonna cry in the car.
It turned out pretty good, so I'm happy for it. But yeah, we're here, we're live, and I think this is the last episode of the year.
It will be. It will be. It is the last episode of the year. Gotta restart.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna do this podcast in particular. I was gonna do this next Tuesday at the beginning of the year. But something in me, even just from doing podcasts and me going through this process of elevating and understanding me and the great support of everybody. Thanks, Portia. I appreciate you.
Yes. Hey, Portia.
And got that new bundle of joy down there too, just for the holidays, man. Beautiful, beautiful baby. The people just having beautiful babies around here. For some reason, it's just happening. You know, I mean, and it's not like it's a bad thing.
Lots of folks that's having babies.
It's a beautiful thing.
Shout out to our nephew Kim, KJ, and his wife Kim.
Yes, sir.
On their beautiful bundle.
Yes, sir.
Zamira.
Got another niece, so yeah, I'm happy and excited about that. So I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna hold this podcast until let me move this mic in a better position so I'm not sounding like I'm a weirdo. I would, like I said, I was gonna hold this podcast off until next year, but the reason why I'm doing it now is because there's been like a lot of and this is just my observation, and it may just be on my Facebook timeline, or actually not even, let me put it out there like that. Like, I'm just like, you know, shooting fire, you know, or taking shots. Shots fired! So
I was just about to say,
it's not Facebook.
Shots fired.
Yeah,
already.
right.
Damn.
Already, I know it's not Facebook.
Ain't even really got started, and you already doing that shit.
It's
goodness.
Karen freaking on 911 already.
For real.
I hear shots. Okay, ma'am, calm down. What kind of shots?
I mean, damn. So I wanted to do this podcast in particular tonight, because I'm getting to the point where it's entertainment on one side and awareness on the other. And when you try to bring those two together in a fun atmosphere, why take a break from it?
Yeah.
So last week, for those that was listening, and even if you didn't listen, I'll give you a small recap. We were talking about words, forming words into worlds. And it was I think, really great conversation, because it gave us the ability to be able to actually say, I'm not only interested in the conversation, but dang, it's something that needs to be discussed or even talked about more, because it's not that people lose interest. I think some people are not comfortable having a conversation when it comes to being, not necessarily saying being successful. It's what is your niche and what is the need of the community in anything you create. And I have a brother out there, Andre Little, who we mirror kind of each other's energy when it comes to finances. We educate ourselves and we immediately try to educate the community or educate our people.
Yeah, and if y'all two get in a conversation by yourselves,
oh, it's a wrap.
It is a conversation that will go on for a period of time, but only you two know what the hell y'all are talking about.
You're probably right, and it's sad
because y'all are very technical,
right? In
the conversation, in the discussion, and for the average person, if they were overhearing y'all's conversation, they'd be like, wait a minute, what are they talking about?
Right. And it's not even like on some nerd type shit. It's just mainly just financial awareness, understanding where the country has adopted from in so many years. Because excuse me,
some other countries need to come and adopt us,
man,
because our finances are in the toilet,
man. Yo. So tonight's episode in particular, it breathes life into a lot. And if you notice on Facebook, you won't see the title under the live. It'll just say That's What I Said live podcast with Ced and Connie. And you won't see the title. The title is going to be on all podcasts. And it should be on YouTube as well. I haven't checked YouTube. But just so you guys know, that's listening audioly, that would like to watch the video, or vice versa. If you're looking at the video and you would just like to listen to the podcast, this is season 4, episode 6. I just wanted to put that out there. And this is part 2 from last week's podcast. And the reason why the reason why I wanted to do this was because I think we've come in a time where we as a people, and I say we as a people with no exclusion on race, gender, religion, sexual orientation, and none of that shit. It's really us. We all have to know. Now, if we want to separate it by demographic, then you can do that. But on That's What I Said what I said. If the Constitution says we the people, it don't have no exclusions. It don't have no commas or no separation by parentheses. It says we the people. So I'm talking to everybody. And the people that are my fans, 9 times out of 10, they part of my community. And I think the consistency of this podcast and the consistency of the conversation needs to continue to go on, because, like I was saying, I was having a conversation with my brother, Andre Little, and this is kind of what sparked me having part 2, was because I needed to be more consistent. And he was telling me, I love where your podcast is going, and, you know, you're being consistent. And it just kept ringing in my head, being consistent. I tell people all the time, the only way you're going to be successful is being consistent. Why am I not taking those same words in the consideration when I do the podcast? When I said, I was going to take a week off because of the day after my birthday. It's something I love to do. But guess what? This goes into the conversation. Because in order for us to transform words into worlds, we have to understand that the consistency that we have, or we have the lack thereof, may be the reason why we sit and ponder things and overthink things and not follow through with stuff. We're overthinking a lot of things. We're overthinking obstacles that shouldn't even be obstacles. Just because you are broke today doesn't mean you can't be rich tomorrow. Figure of speech, yes. But there's no get rich quick scheme. You'll hear me say that and pound it into the dirt on this podcast because it's not. Even in crypto, there's not. You may do your research. You may understand the narrative and what the narrative of cryptocurrency is going. And that's what I didn't get into detail on the last podcast. I said there's a narrative for everything, but you have to understand how that narrative ties into the bigger picture. See, in cryptocurrency, there's a lot of things that are going on and a lot of moving parts. And a lot of people have this attitude that crypto is fake. And it's in some form or fashion, it's a Ponzi scheme. And not to just talk crap about network marketing companies or anything else like that, because there's some great network marketing companies, like absolutely great. But a lot of people are in fear of participating or understanding how they can use that network marketing company to not just better their life, but to better other people's lives.
Facts.
So they sit stagnant in the process, and then they get tired. They lack motivation. They lack the fact that, yes, I know what my why is, but is my why really attainable in this company?
Yeah.
You may have that idea when you first join it, but is your motivation there to be consistent enough to say, I can do this and I'm going to do this? A lot of people, the answer is no.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. And there's no, I get no satisfaction in saying that. It's just the reality of life.
Right. Happy holidays to you too, Mr. Best. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Best, all day, every day. I love what you are doing. I was watching his videos and man, they had a beautiful Christmas and I love this man to death. Absolutely. Happy holidays. We love you to life. Absolutely, Gabe, my boy Gabe. Damn, he's doing big things too. He's highly into the martial arts, getting into this MMA thing, and
oh wow,
yeah, man.
That's big.
Gabe is a very, very knowledgeable brother. He has the opportunity to do great things, and he is doing great things.
I need to take it back a step, babe.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Blessings to you and your family as well. So you mentioned something earlier about you might be broke today, but you could be rich tomorrow.
Right.
And I want to expound on that just for a second because something hit me because I have read a quote or something in a book that I was reading, and it says, "You're only as broke as you feel or want to be, but you are always rich in your heart and with love."
Right.
Every day.
Absolutely. Every day. That's an everyday thing.
And I may have paraphrased it or whatever, but that it just, when you said that, it just kind of like totally clicked. And I was like, oh, I need to go back to that. So
well, absolutely.
I just wanted to share that with the people and let you know that you're only as broke as you feel.
Absolutely.
You really are.
Absolutely.
Because you're always filled with the richness of love and whatever else you have in your heart and in your, in your home.
Right. Absolutely.
So take that as you see fit for yourself and move about your day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that was great. Great words. I'm going to say this. I think that when I say broke and rich tomorrow, believe it or not, that's been ingrained in a lot of people's head that is tired of struggle. And they can resonate with the words broke and rich.
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
If you take what I said and understand the mentality of how I'm saying it as we continue on, then you'll understand why I say broke to rich. Because, like I said, there's no get rich quick scheme. There's just no such thing. Even in crypto, yes, you may have seen people that have elevated their finances through crypto, but that wasn't a get rich quick scheme. What that was taking the time to understand what you're putting your finances into.
Right, what you're investing
in. But the other key thing, and I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again. Sometimes we need to understand that there's a reason why money flows the way it flows. It's just like energy.
Yep, the ebb and flow.
It flows, and people don't understand energy flows until it is stopped. Until it is intercepted, it still goes through people, and some people can feel the energy you're going through. Well, guess what? Money is the same process. If you can't attract money, you're creating too many things that's stopping you from creating that. And what I mean by creating that is that we create barriers in between the reason why we're not successful. We can blame it on the people that trained us. We can blame it on so many different things. But I can tell you this, great leaders don't blame other people when they're the people that they lead screw up. They blame themselves.
Yep.
Because there's something that we haven't done, or the way we communicate is not effective enough to where it's not reaching the people, or the roadblock that's preventing the leadership to, be successful is there's a distraction there. There's something keeping it from flowing. Everybody else gets it, but this one person, no, it don't work that way. Yeah, it does. Guess what? It works like that with money too. It works like that, absolutely like that with money.
Yeah.
You can't tell someone that doesn't know how to save, doesn't know how to invest, doesn't do research, doesn't understand what money is, what a bank is, what they doing with their money. If you don't understand these very things, a lot of times money's going to go through your hands just as quick as you get it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you're not putting your money that you worked hard for, quote unquote, because what are we doing at jobs? My brother Body said it last week. Just over broke.
Yeah.
So we basically working these jobs just so that we're not broke, or we just work jobs that as we go up the leadership system, we don't know how to save the extra money we get. Huh? It's like, make it make sense. It's like, I want to be responsible, but I only want to be responsible on the level that I need to be. Not the level you want to be, just the one you need to be, just to make bare minimum to take care of your basic bills, to live beyond your means, have a beer budget and a champagne diet, and continue to complain about the things that are non-existent to get you rich, and you living beyond your means because reality TV is where you live. And these people that live in LA has got your attention, and all the dinners they go out to and all the big name restaurants. And it's like, I want to go on vacation. When we go to vacation, I want to go to that restaurant where it's $1,200 a plate, but you make $1,000 every 2 weeks.
Make that make sense. I'm just saying.
It's like, what job do you work at that's basically paying you $1,000 every 2 weeks, and you want to go out and eat at a restaurant for one meal?
$1,200 a plate. No, that
lifestyle is not for you, boo boo.
But that doesn't even pass the common sense test.
Well, it doesn't pass the common sense test, and it doesn't pass the reality check, because there was a flow of bullshit that was going on social media about a certain influencer, because that's what she was, talking about that Cheesecake Factory is not a good first date. Now,
gosh, that's been going on for months.
But see, this is the mindset that people have when it comes to money. Rather they have it or not, they want somebody else to pay for it based on the rich appetite that they have. But they got the poor mentality to accept the fact that somebody's going to pay that meal because they want to go on a date with you. boo-boo, you'll be single forever. I'm sorry, you'll be single forever with that whole mentality, thinking that somebody should pay for your rich mentality, regardless if you can pay for the meal or not.
Yeah.
But because you are a woman,
you can't live in that mindset.
You can't be in that mindset expecting a man to want to naturally take care of you the way he wants to take care of you, but you have guidelines and separation anxiety all in the same sandwich. It's like, I'd rather be single, and the way that I be single is I'm going to protect me being single. Remember I was saying about that?
Yep.
We self-protect ourselves to fail and then bitch about the same failure that we put ourselves in. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
It's a natural thing to do for each of us as individuals to want to protect ourselves from any wrongdoings, and we try to protect ourselves from making those mistakes, or, you know.
But you can't be overprotective and not wanting to risk. See, there's risk and reward.
Always.
But see, you can't be afraid to take risk if you know what the reward is. You know what scientists do? Scientists actually test their product on whatever they they create.
Yeah.
And then when it doesn't work, you go back to the drawing board. Remember hearing that saying? You go back to the drawing board. Why come we can't do that in life? You know why? Because people don't want to fail too many times. Why is there a limitation? See, where my towel at?
Over there.
See,
in the chair.
No, I got it right here in my hand. Get your preacher towel on the merch site, in the description, on this live video. And if you're listening to it on audio, you want to go to That's What I Said, search That's What I Said on Printify, and it'll pop up. So you about to have me preaching in here with my inner commercials. So I think a lot of times what we end up doing, we self-destruct or self-sabotage ourselves so much to where we will complain about the bad habits that we have without acknowledging the bad habits we have, and do the total opposite. So what is that thing in the English language where there's a word and then you find the opposite of that word?
Oh, the synonym and antonym.
Yeah, right? So we doing that to ourselves. We get into this position where we want to protect ourselves. So what we do is we protect ourselves from the very thing that we bitch about. The direct synonym. We bitch about people that's rich, but we broke. We bitch about being broke, but we don't want to be rich. A negative times a negative equals a positive. You ever heard of that?
Yep.
So why aren't we taking our negatives and making them positive? Fear. We backdoor create self-sabotaging bullshit and backdoor ourselves to the point now we don't even want to fix ourselves. We just want to bask in the ambience of bullshit. We just rather bask in the ambience of not being able to say, I did this to me. I need to stop doing this because now it's a habit. I do it as a habit now because I'm self-sabotaging myself, and I have created a habit. I have to do this because I need to protect myself. You can't do that. That's self-sabotage. It makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, and on the synonym and antonym thing, it's antonym, not synonym.
It's an antonym, sorry.
Antonym is the similar, where the words are similar and opposite.
Right. No. That's not what I was talking about. What I was saying is we create, and I think it's synonym. What we do is say, mentally in our mind, we would like to be financially, I would say, wealthy, or wouldn't have to worry about paying bills, right? But because of our habits, we do the opposite. We're doing the opposite, which is we're staying broke because we have a rich mentality, but we live beyond our means because we don't know what budgeting means. We don't know what creating wealth is. We don't know what passive income is. We don't know what investments is. We don't understand what a private reserve account is. We don't understand that, guess what? Credit is a game, and we must play that. Because if we play the credit game right and we got our money together, we can do whatever the fuck we want with our money. That's playing the game. And a synonym, I think, is the opposite of what another word is. If I'm mistaken, I'm
no antonym. Antonym is the opposite of another word.
Okay, there we go.
And synonym is having the same or almost the same meaning as another word.
Another word. Okay, yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
same language.
In the same language. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, so I had it backwards. I need to stop drinking. So,
really, nigga?
Anyway.
Excuse the host.
Anyway. So, where was I going? There's a lot of things I think that we need to accept. And people mentally have this, and I'm not saying all people have this mentality. I'm just saying some people. And I might connect with some people and not so much with other people, but I'm going to get you other people, okay? So for the some that live in a mindset of it's a new year, new me, or when the new year comes around, I definitely want to do this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You know there's 12 months in a year.
Yeah, what happens to all those other
What
11?
happens to all the other damn months that just go around and sit there and say, you said that last year?
Right.
Or why wait till January?
Yep.
Because this is the connection that some people have. They have the connection that, you know, new year, new me. I need to do this for the new year. And that's okay. That's perfectly okay.
But you have to stay grounded in what you said and continue doing what you said.
And in retrospect, what Connie said is you need to hold yourself accountable.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not.
But it's reality. I mean, so many people, you know, like you just said, the new year, new me, they go get a gym membership. Guess what? They may last 30 days.
It's not even that they last 30 days. Some people have to prepare themselves for something like that, while other people can be motivated in the fact that I want to see the end goal because I'm dedicated to this. See,
right.
It's all about mindset. It's not about your mentality. It's your mindset, because your mentality follows what direction your mindset's going. You might have a lazy mentality, and you might bring that lazy ass mentality to your new mindset. But it's up to you to realize that this is a lazy mentality, and I got to change my mentality if I want this to be successful. I'm tired of failing, or I'm tired of dealing with this, or I'm tired of people saying that I'm lazy when I know I'm not. It's like you have the motivation to do it. It's just you preventing you from doing it. That's all it's ever been. You choose to use other people as distraction, or use the fact that other people will distract me from me being accomplished and from me being successful, or from me being motivated to do all the things that I need to do. I got to wait until somebody comes and motivates me before I can get off my ass and do something. No.
Sometimes, though, some people need that, though, because they struggle. You know, it's almost like the buddy system. You have to have somebody coaching or helping you, talking to you, letting you know it's okay that maybe you didn't want to go to the gym today, or it's okay that I know you said you had a goal of wanting to read 500 books by the end of the year. It's okay if you missed a day. It's okay. Don't get so down on yourself, and don't beat yourself up so bad that you totally take away all the motivation that you had in you to do those things.
Right.
You know, having that buddy or that partner or that support group helps you.
Right.
It not only helps motivate you, but it's the accountability partners.
Right. And it's funny you said that when I said accountability, and I wish you would have got there a lot sooner, but I understand where you were going, and you had to let the listeners know. But it's the accountability partners. It's if you can't hold yourself accountable, then you need to have your circle, somebody that you can confide in, somebody that's going to hold you accountable and call you out on when you're not completing stuff that you're supposed to. But at the same time, you're able to talk to this person and they're not guiding you in any specific direction. They're holding you accountable based off of what you're telling them. And what I mean by that is that me and Connie can have conversations about whatever. And if I don't hold her accountable, 9 times out of 10, she's probably going to forget everything we talked about.
Absolutely.
So sometimes I have to say, hey, remember when we talked about blah, blah, blah? Oh, yeah. So why didn't you know? It's like, I have to say certain things that she understands how I feel about what I talked about. And then when I say we talked about blah, 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 and you said you were going to do this, and I really would like for you to do this because I think that blah, 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 and she acknowledges it, guess what? That means I can hold her accountable when she doesn't do it.
Right.
Because she acknowledged it.
Right.
She confirmed it.
Like I hold you accountable for something.
It's like you, exactly, absolutely. And
like
if
I reminded you today.
It's like,
hey,
yeah,
you got to do X, Y, or Z.
Right. And it's like, okay, I forgot. I got to,
I'm going to do it tomorrow.
I got to do it tomorrow because, yeah. But I've been saying I'm going to do it tomorrow for a month. So anyway, that's just how men are. We forget shit. Right. Or I should say me when I'm, when you have short-term memory loss due to anxiety and PTSD, it's sometimes hard to remember the short-term things, but you get reminded and it's like, bam, do it now, do it now, do it now. And that's been my mentality. Guess what? It didn't click on today. It just didn't click on today. But that's what you have to do. And let me put it to you like this. And it's not even just all about money. But that's what we talk about a lot on my podcast, not to mention the fact that we talk about so many different other things. But getting rich off of crypto is not, and I said this earlier and I wanted to come back to it and I wrote it down. That's why I'm like, I got to say this. Getting rich off of crypto is not something that is the new thing. I will tell you this. There are people that have tried something and it failed, but they understand money. They understand the dynamic and the direction money's going, but at the same time, they know what generational wealth is and what it's not. And that's a deeper conversation that a lot of people don't want to have, but you guess what? You have to end generational curses by understanding what generational wealth is. Guess what? People that are rich still have curses in their family that they still deal with. Doesn't matter if they're great with managing money. I'm just saying. I don't care how good you are with dealing with money. If you have shitty relationships, you will die alone. If you treat people like shit, you will be that person that nobody's going to give a shit about. And it's all because of who you are as a person. It has nothing to do with the fact that you may be great with money. You may be great when it comes to passive income and you could do all these things and help people out, but you're just not approachable. It's like you like holding a secret because the secret is is everything that people want to know, but you feel like they got to pay for it.
I think you said a key word in there, approachable.
Yeah, you're right. Some people are just not approachable.
Right. And some people have those, I don't know. I guess it's not just, you as an individual being unapproachable, but not having the same mentality or the thought process that individual may have, you may need to go speak to someone else to understand it on your level.
Right, because we all learn different ways.
Absolutely. Yeah, we all learn different.
Some people can hear something and say, you know what, I would like to know more about that, but they would rather look at a YouTube video.
Right.
Guess what? I stream on YouTube. I stream on Facebook, and I stream on Twitch. The podcast itself, you can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts. Apple, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. It's the consistency that you have to have when you do that, but at the same time, you want to be able to get it how you will get it.
Right.
So there's no excuse. The podcast industry is going to blow up. It's going to blow up because of AI. And I'm telling you this, if you're not already invested in someone that is doing podcasts or looking at podcasts, you need to get invested, because some people are going to just strictly come out and use AI. You're going to be attached to the personality and never understanding the person. You got to understand the host. You got to understand the people that you like and listen to. So being transparent and being able to have people understand what a great podcast and great information that comes out of that podcast is, it takes time. I've been doing this for 4 years. My passion has flip-flopped throughout the years, but for the most part, it's always been about financial. Because I would like to see everybody successful with money and not misusing it, but really just being able to manage it, take care of their responsibilities, and if they have fun and they're wild with it, why judge them?
Right.
If they like to blow steam, and the way they blow steam is toxic as fuck, let them. Why baby people?
Let them do what they do.
Some people grow up the way they grow up, but you can't fault this person about how they do what they do, because they ain't broke doing it.
Right. I was just about to say. I mean, you can't fault a person if all their bills are paid and all that, and they out there wilding and doing what they do. I mean, so what? Let them live.
Look, enjoy
just
life.
Like you're living, allow that person to live as well.
Absolutely. And I'm going to keep it short, y'all.
Don't judge them.
It's the day after Christmas. I know some of y'all got family still in, and y'all trying to listen to the podcast, and I'm in here just using words that nobody sponsors.
Except yourself.
Except for me, and I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
So before we go, y'all, I'm going to say this. I love doing this podcast, and I'm going to continue doing this podcast. I turned 50 yesterday, and it was just me being into me. And that's what I like to do on my birthday. Be into me. Be into y'all selves. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As we go out, I'm gonna be completely transparent. I haven't been into me in years. I haven't been into me because I'm always into everybody else. I'm always into making sure everybody laughs, make sure everybody has a smile on their face, because life is too short and you should enjoy it. Why live life mad? Why live life in a conundrum of an attitude that you can't escape from? You can escape from it. You really can.
It's how you escape.
It's how you escape is the problem. People's escape from that reality is drugs and alcohol.
In the majority, yes.
And I learned how to cope with certain things, even with dealing with PTSD and anxiety. I learned that I have to accept me first. Irregardless if people accept me or not, I have to accept me first. And I do me. Am I loud? Yes. Do people tell me to be quiet? Yes. Do I be quiet? No.
Not all the time.
And the reason why I don't is because I'm not loud to the point where I'm creating a hostile environment. I'm loud because I enjoy life. What I'm trying to tell y'all is enjoy life. Every bit of it. Enjoy your birthdays. I don't care what your religion is or where you come from. Enjoy it. Every damn year you turn a different year. Every day you wake up, you get to see another day. Appreciate it. Thank the Most High. Thank God. Thank whoever it is that you have appreciate in your life. Whoever you have in your life that you appreciate. Thank them. Universe, whatever it is. But don't make a mistake about what I'm about to say. You can't be successful until you accept the things in your life that you got to deal with.
That's true.
You can't let other people deal with your shit that you haven't dealt with and then expect an answer from them so you can figure out a direction you need to go, because you're just not going to go in that direction until somebody tell you what direction you need to go in, because you a dumbass like that. Because you tell people they need to get their shit together while you still sitting there just marinating in the stuff that you got going on and ain't fixing it. Not fixing it one bit. And the reason why I'm so hard on myself is because I always tell people things because of my experience. And if I have an experience, I say, look, this is an opinion because I ain't never experienced that before. I don't shoot from the hip. Maybe that's because I was in the military for 20 years, and that's the one thing that was ingrained in my head outside of other things is don't shoot from the hip. Because how are you a leader shooting from the hip, speaking about shit you don't even know about and ain't never lived? Everything I talk about in this podcast, I either done it or lived it. I'm going to tell y'all one thing, and I'm out. Risk versus reward is like the lottery and cryptocurrency. And I'm going to tell you why. Risk versus reward is something that people understand that are wealthy. They know how much risk is there. They know how much risk they can, deal with, because they know what the reward is. So how do you counteract the risk and reward, situation or debauchery that's going on? You do research. What research can you do on the lottery other than other people winning?
Not much.
The odds? You can get struck by lightning. You can get struck. There's chances of you getting struck by lightning than it is for you to win the lottery.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at what the odds are for.
No, that's the truth.
Different, whenever whatever the jackpot is, they always have in smaller writing underneath what the odds are of you winning or someone winning.
Hey, I'm just letting y'all know I'm at 40 minutes on my live timer, which means I've only been conversating for about 35.
Happy holidays, Aunt Carol.
Yes, happy holidays, Aunt Carol. Love you. So risk and reward. We can understand the risk and reward on so many different things and so many different levels to where we don't understand that we take more risk than we actually get rewards, because we don't even understand that there's a situation going on between risk and reward. Risk and reward is like jealousy and envy.
Yeah, those two do not.
Jealousy and envy are married, but they sleep in two separate beds. They ain't got no kids.
What up, Stacks?
What's good, Stacks in the building? I mean, I'm just saying.
Right.
Jealousy and envy have no kids, but they sleep in the same bed and they're married. I mean, sleep in separate beds and they're married.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Oil and water is the same thing. Risk and reward is actually the same thing. Risk and reward can sit in the same situation, just like oil and water. They never mix, right?
That's right.
But guess what? How can you benefit from both things?
Sometimes in life you have to take a risk to get that reward.
Right. So guess what? Sometimes there's going to be a little oil in your water. What you going to do? Filter that shit out? Or you going to dump it out? You going to throw it out and do a reset?
Good luck.
Because guess what? That's what a lot of people are doing with their money. They're throwing it away and trying to reset. Every time they spend their money, you throwing it away and resetting.
Right.
You're not benefiting from none of your spending. You're not benefiting from none of the things that you do with your money. You're not creating anything. You're not making your money work like I was talking about. Like, you know, that, exactly. Risk plus rewards equal repercussions. Exactly. Absolutely. So you have to understand how to play the game, right?
Right. And there's no ROI.
There's no exactly. There's no ROI.
There's no return on investment.
You don't have an investment at that point. All I'm saying is this. People think that you can play the lottery and get rich off of playing the lottery. And then some people think the lottery is a scam due to the fact that its proceeds go to the Board of Education. Board of Education is ran by who? Or actually, I should say it should not ran by anybody. Well, it is, but who created the Board of Education? Rockefeller. Oh, shit. What was Rockefeller's mentality? What was Rockefeller's mentality?
Damn it.
Oh, man. It gets deep in here, don't it? Rockefeller's mentality was we create workers, not thinkers.
Yep.
What do you think the Board of Education is? It's to create workers, not thinkers.
Yep.
Be a thinker. Stop thinking you can get rich quick. Understand the financial leverage that you can provide by understanding money. That's all you have to do to provide leverage. Understand it. Learn it. Be it. Become it. Some people may be born rich, but guess what? To maintain that financial situation, they have to educate themselves.
Right.
They have to educate themselves and say, oh, I got to do this. Why? Don't ask me why. Just understand I got to do this. And when I do it, I'm going to show you how to do it. Because it makes no sense for me to just reap the benefits off of something that I understand. You should be able to understand it too. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. There's one thing that you need to understand when it comes to just passive income. It's not about just crypto. It's not about just money. Because you know what? Precious metals is money. Gold and silver. Y'all probably ain't even heard me talking about that. Gold and silver is money. It's always been money. Put this in your back pocket. And I'm out of here. Let me play my music before I go. Hey, you know 43 states don't tax gold and silver? 43. There's 43 states out there that don't tax gold or silver. Let that marinate.
That's right.
If you want to know more about how you can get, precious metal at a real decent price, we need to have a conversation. Like real talk. Because the benefits that people don't understand, we was under the gold standard until 1971. When a dollar was backed up by gold, that's when it had value. It was backed by gold.
Yep.
Man, let me get up out of here. Y'all ain't ready for that. Next year, I know y'all will be. That's what I said. We up out of here. Man, I love y'all to life. Peace.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
Thanks for listening to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders.
Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode.
Bitch, what? You eat ass with a baby spoon.